Just think for a moment about who you think you are, and then listen and see if your answer changes by the end of my speech. I hope that by the end of our approximately 10 minutes together, I can make you think, not only about how you view yourself, but also how you view those around you. I ask myself the question, who am I, a lot more than what is likely by many considered normal. And by this, I don't mean I stand in front of my bathroom mirror questioning all the little things about myself, like my looks or my personality. I use it as a grounding technique, as a way to bring myself back down to earth. Society brings along a lot of outside pressures which are unnecessary and harmful to my self-image. A key culprit of this is social media, which radiates toxicity and harm. By stating the basics about myself, like my name, my age, or my hair and eye colour, I am able to distinguish what is and is not true. However, not only do I use the question, who am I, or in this case, who are you, when looking at myself, I also use it when I'm talking to people I might not necessarily know. Now, I know what you're thinking. This makes me sound like an incredibly judgmental person, but I promise I'm not. I don't use it as a way to judge the person in front of me. I use it as a way to better know who I'm dealing with. Say, for example, I'm talking to two identical people, look, sound, and act the same. And, for example, I say to both of these people, green is not your colour. Person A is an incredibly strong-willed person and has learnt not to take this to heart, and are able to tell me that I shouldn't be saying these types of things, as I don't know how it can affect people. Person B, on the other hand, is a more closed-off type of person and doesn't want to show how they're feeling. So while on the outside they might be all happy and smiley, on the inside, what I've said could really affect them. Now, the ideology behind this who am I, who are you question is not one I came up with myself, but was instead presented to me via performance rehearsal. Over the Christmas break, I'll be performing in Alice Through the Looking Glass on Ice. For this, myself, along with the other main characters, were given a script, which we had to be able to memorise and recite when it came to the shows. In the first scene of the performance, the question, who are you, is first asked by the butterfly, formerly known as the caterpillar. This question is then skillfully integrated throughout the performance, directed towards Alice, and by the end, she decides that just being her is enough. I think this is a beautiful message, as it shows how much individuality really matters, and you shouldn't let what others say or think about you change who you are. As I said a couple minutes before, social media is key in changing how we view ourselves and others. In 2015, a study took place in Singapore of 24 female high school students, all aged from 12 to 18. Whilst all the students said that true beauty came from within, 88% of them had been affected by the media influencing their peer perceptions of beauty. All of the students had used photo editing software when it came to pictures and selfies they were posting online. One girl said that she thought that getting likes made her cool and it made her feel pretty, as it made her think that people liked her. And along with this, 9 out of 24 of the students only posted selfies to get likes, to get that form of peer validation. I think that the way that the girl was looking upon this is incredibly rose-tinted, which brings me on to my next point of how can you really be sure if a situation you're looking at is rose-tinted? For something that is incredibly good for me might not necessarily be good for other people. To use this, I will use the example of the 2021 Formula One World Drivers' Championship. For any of those unfamiliar, in 2021, in the last race of the Formula One season, there was a battle for the championship in between Sir Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. They were both tied on 369.5 points each, which meant by the end of the race, either of them could claim the championship title. For Hamilton, winning meant claiming his 8th and breaking a world record. For Verstappen, winning meant claiming his 1st and making a name for himself in the sport. For both drivers, there was only one option: winning. The race was intense, with Hamilton leading until the very last lap when he was overtaken by Verstappen, meaning that then the title had been claimed. For one of them, this was an amazing experience, but the other not so much. Yet they didn't let this affect them, and they are still close friends to this day. Now, I know this story might seem pointless to tell, but this doesn't just apply to rich men driving around in fancy cars. It applies to everybody, because we're normal, and this is how normal people feel. I know myself, there have been times when I've thought, how come I didn't get that test score when my best friend has just got 1 point ahead of me? Or how come I've been moved down a set when another girl has been moved up by 2? This isn't jealousy speaking, because it's not a personality problem. It's something that everybody faces. It's human instinct to strive and want to do better. I know that there will be times when I am in the position that I desire to be in, and somebody else will be feeling as I am feeling, and that is perfectly normal. So, I asked you at the start of my speech, who are you? Think back to your answer. Has it changed? Maybe, maybe not. Truthfully, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is that you've been able to think and realize who you are and how important this is. What makes you, you. Thank you.